And good evening, and once again, welcome to the Shadow Gallery. I am, as always, your host, James Donnelly. And tonight, it's New Comics, bitches. This is not going to be too heavy. We're going to be dealing with a lot of this pretty quickly, because I have this to deal with. Yes, I broke my finger. It sucks a lot, and I just really don't want to spend too much time talking about it. I'm not even going to tell you how to act because it's so stupid. But regardless, I feel I want to get some of my thoughts out there, and I feel an obligation, of course, to my, 18 or 19 viewers who are out there. But, like I said, numbers is always beside the point because this is ultimately something I want to do, but tonight, just not in a big mood to do this, as you can probably understand. So, let's get to it. We're pretty much going to talk about just what, a couple words about what I read this week, and I'm actually going to, show you some stuff. So, I'm just going to start off with The Punisher. This is what, number 8? Yeah, Punisher number 8. This was awesome. Again, just excellent storytelling from Greg Rucka. Marco Cicchetto's back on art. Conversely, kind of sad to not see Michael Lark continuing to be an artist on this title because his style just fits Rucka's, I think, better than Cicchetto's does. But Cicchetto is a great artist, and this is just a fantastic issue. Again, I would say about a 4.5 out of 5. Men of War number 6. This was really cool. The Beast. I thought actually this was the finale, but apparently it's going to issue 8. So I thought it was being canceled after this issue, but apparently they got 2 more issues to go, and A story is really cool. Interesting kind of metahuman. B story is just fucking bizarre. Although it does have some pretty awesome Richard Corbin art, so that's usually a plus even when the story itself is a minus. Got Batwing number 6. This was pretty cool. So this, Men of War as a whole, probably about 4 out of 5. Good. This Batwing had some interesting revelations. It felt a little like there was more. There's still more to come here. So, but still, all in all, this is still a really strong story. John Whittick and Ben Oliver are just really doing really good work on this title, from a title that, like I said, I expected nothing from, and it's given a lot more than I ever thought that it was going to be able to give. Invincible 88. This has kind of a traditional kind of Kirkman edge to it. Friends fighting friends, a lot of infighting, brother fighting brother. A wonderful kind of shock ending, which is potentially a lot of repercussions. This is kind of a tease on the cover here because it would suggest that Adam Eve is actually in this comic, which she isn't. But it's it's a really strong issue, very well told. Otley's he's such a great artist, and of course Kirkman, he's a killer writer. I think he does arguably better stuff on Walking Dead, but Invincible is really damn strong as far as just a good old superhero romp, though it does get complicated, of course. And it's been a terrific read. Excuse me. Really dry in here. It felt a little incomplete, though. Say about a 4 out of 5, but still, it's still good stuff. Rachel Rising by Terry Moore. It's just number 4. Or I'm sorry, number 5. A very, again, really bizarre. It's kind of leaving, I'm not really sure what the hell is going on, but it's a fun ride to take. So I would say 4 out of 5. This has been a pretty good week for comics. Hellraiser number 10. Basically, we have more of Kirsty Cotton as the new Pinhead. And of course, we have Pinhead, or Captain Stanley, as he was, I'm assuming, in the First World War. Just some more. This is actually one of the comic books that my wife is getting into, which is bizarre, because this is not really, my wife doesn't really read comics, so I mean that's that's a pretty big thing to say about it right there. So. So that's again, it's 4. I mean, it's been like I said, a really good week for comics as a whole. There weren't any disappointments. Everything has been really above average of the stuff that I get. So I was very pleased this week, with really kind of one exception, and that's this. Animal Man number 6. Still a really good issue, definitely strong. I would say it's a 4 out of 5. But the kind of allegorical tale that it tells left me a little bit kind of I kind of get it, but I kind of don't. But that it's it's a little bit of look at Buddy Baker's kind of other life. But also, like I said, the film within this book that Cliff is watching is this, it's an allegorical tale also for kind of what's going on with Buddy in his personal life, obviously with his daughter kind of being the heir apparent to to the Red, the connection to the Red. The kind of their avatar, as opposed to it being Buddy. So it was weird, and I'm also really pissed off that Jeff Lemire is not going to be doing Frankenstein Agent of Shade anymore after like issue 10 or something like that. That really pisses me off, because I'm hoping that that title will continue to be good, but I don't know how good it's going to be after Lemire steps down. I forget who's taking over. But yeah, that's the weird thing about DC right now, is that there's a lot of really good stuff out there that's shifting, and I don't know why. Because when you got, if the shit ain't broke, don't try and fix it. I mean, Frankenstein is not broken by any stretch of the imagination. It's a really good comic. It's been really good, and it's just that just pisses me off that they're changing it around. The most fun reads of the week, I have to admit, I mean, just the most flat-out entertaining and also really smart, were both Defenders number 3 and Uncanny X-Men number 6, I believe. 6? Yes, 6. These were both just a lot of fun to read. I really enjoyed, this kind of new world that the X-Men are exploring here. Greg Land's art's just gorgeous. This was not, this really had, it didn't say anything about, okay, well, I really need to read X-Force to understand what the hell's going on in this book. I didn't feel like, okay, I didn't need to read anything but the prior issue. And even that, so much, wasn't really necessary. Just some really cool, really awesome character beats. This was about a 4.5 out of 5, as was the Defenders number 3. Just some really interesting stuff going on here. Very high concept. Of course, the the footnotes at the bottom of each page still don't. They continue to cause me to laugh. If from kind of a gentle chuckle to a laugh out loud guffaw. It's just really, really clever stuff. I mean, there's like, there's a panel right here with a tiger flying a spaceship, and there's the footnote that says, "Hey, that tiger is flying a spaceship." So it's just, it's the kind of Matt Fraction that I've come to know on Twitter. Because if you follow Matt Fraction on Twitter, which I suggest you do, it's like literally he's like tweeting from inside a sanitarium. He's like a fucking mental patient. It really is. And I'm sure that he's not really like that in real life, but he's definitely an eclectic sort of human being. So on to the books of the week, which won't really surprise anybody. Swamp Thing number 6. Kind of missing Yannick Paquette's art in this issue. But just on the whole, it felt a little short as well, but still a really, really solid issue with some really solid surprises, some really shocking moments that Snyder does oh so well. Just kind of everything that's going on in this book right now is just, your head just wants to explode. Just with all of the coolness, and it does look like ultimately Alec Holland is going to be forced one way or the other to acquiesce to the green and to take on the mantle of Swamp Thing once again. So this is all, I think all of these issues are just kind of leading up to that. And then we have 2 picks from the same guy. And it's not Scott Snyder this week, and it's not Josh Fialkov. It's the other guy. It's Ed Brubaker. And we have here Fatale, number 2. 4.5 out of 5 to Swamp Thing, number 6. Again, I'm just really, really, really strong. It's teetering more towards 5, but there was something, just a little bit of something that felt missing. That's all. I'm just saying it felt a little rushed. But there's some gorgeous art in there, even though Paquette's not. But anyway, on to Fatale. This is easily a 5 out of 5 book. Again, just playing around with all the tropes of the femme fatale, and it really, I mean, this is obviously a book where you just see people sinking deeper and deeper and deeper in under this woman's spell, but then you have all these other supernatural elements surrounding this book. And that's part of what's so fucking cool about it, is this mix of genres of of kind of supernatural monster Lovecraftian horror, and the nice hard-boiled crime fiction that Brubaker and Phillips have been doing brilliantly for, it seems like, decades. Although I'm sure it hasn't actually been that long, but. It's fantastic. But book of the week also ultimately goes to Winter Soldier number 1. This is a series I've been waiting for. It is, in a word, damn close to perfect. It's an easy 5 out of 5. If if it could go higher, I would make it go higher. I mean, just. From the art, I mean, I don't normally like Butch Guice, and that's really weird. I thought that I wouldn't really care for the art, but there's some lovely pages in this. I mean, just the design and everything about it. And just, with the Black Widow and, with Natasha and Bucky teaming up together to, essentially put a stop to, the other kind of Winter Soldier projects that are out there, the other sleepers, that being his mission. I mean, it's this great mixture of spy action and spy intrigue and big cool badass action. Because this is not him as Cap anymore. He doesn't need to pull his punches. So some people definitely get wasted here. And just the plot in and of itself is just amazing. So, I mean, huge credit to Brubaker. And, of course, I mean, this is really his week. He dominated here. So, that's it for this week. I'm sorry I couldn't be longer, but hey, broken hand, all broken finger anyway. So thanks for tuning in, and we'll be back next week with longer, I'm sure. So take it easy. Shadow Gallery saying goodbye.